Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eziel, Lancer on Farrell Valley. I'm doing another Vanarch Cycle 2 interview with PawPaw, the GM of Inner Circle, and kind of just doing the same thing as last time. Just going to ask some questions about PawPaw and his guild. And so just to kind of kick things off, how many folks do you guys have in Inner Circle total?
Oh, wow. Should have been better prepared for that, I guess. A whole bunch now. Since winning Vanarch, our numbers have really gone up. Typically, we have 20 to 40 active people online. Usually even really late at night, we still have 15 to 20. Our overall numbers, it has us listed as 263, but again, we do allow alts in the guild, so that number is not exactly accurate.
I got you. Okay. Now, as far as with Inner Circle, how long have you guys been together?
Oh gosh, through various iterations of the guild, 10 years,
Nice. Okay.
something like that.
Excellent. Now, one kind of added question here that I've changed up is just kind of asking most folks what really sets Inner Circle apart from other guilds?
You know, I really couldn't say. I guess we don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, a lot of people seem to get bent out of shape over the game. I mean, we can get a little heated sometimes, but we try to take everything in stride and just enjoy ourselves and have fun with it being what it is, a game. We try to be helpful with our new members, and we would go out of our way usually to help people who aren't in our guild as well. We'll help other guilds. We've plenty of times we've helped guilds that we're competing against for Vanarch just because, that's what we do.
I gotcha. Now, as far as with Inner Circle, do you guys favor PvP over PvE or kind of split?
Since we're more of a casual guild, it can kind of ebb and flow back and forth. We do have a lot of higher level people right now, and most of our 60s are very much into PvP. However, we do have a good chunk of our player base that's PvE, so we're really all over the place on that. I can't say that one demographic beats out another at this point in time.
Okay. Now, as far as with yourself, how long have you been playing MMOs?
I started playing, I think it was EverQuest, my Froglock Paladin.
Oh, wow. That's a long time
When,
ago.
yeah, whenever that was. And I've been playing MMOs regularly since then.
And then how long have you actually been playing Terra itself?
Uh, Terra I started during the last, I believe it was actually the open beta.
Okay.
Had a friend who did some of the closed betas, one of my guild members, and he was all excited about it, and I had really forgotten Terra even existed. I mean, I had heard of it before when it was released in Korea, but then it kind of just vanished from mind. Then it popped back up, and here I am.
Okay. And as far as with Terra, so, I mean, we've pretty much gone like 6 weeks of live so far, maybe a little bit more. What is it about Terra that keeps you here?
The fact there's a lot of little things to keep me busy. I have trouble with games that are very theme park. Like SWTOR, I had trouble with it because there wasn't very much to do aside from follow the story and then grind dungeons. This game has a lot of little stuff that can keep me busy, and my short attention span that's really helpful. Whether it's grinding world bosses or grabbing some achievements or grabbing more titles, grinding dailies or whatever. I need little stuff to keep me busy.
I gotcha. Keep that ADD in check, huh?
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Well, now you guys won the first cycle of the Vanarch. So, what continent region was that again that you guys are actually in charge of right now?
Right now, we are currently in charge of Valtyrike. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. It's the zone with the town of Pathfinder in it.
Okay, I gotcha. Now, are you guys going to run for the same zone in Providence, or are you guys changing it up a little bit in the second cycle?
The first cycle actually bugged out on us a little bit. That shouldn't have been our assigned zone, but it ended up being our assigned zone. Our assigned zone was the same no matter what place we were in. This time around, it's actually working properly. Right now, we're fortunate enough to be first in our continent, so we'll be taking Valcali. If we happen to drop down, then it looks like we'd be taking the Helkin district. Right now, we're neck and neck with Deja Vu, who are some very good guys as well.
Okay. Now, as far as with the Vanarch system, since you have actually become a Vanarch, what are your thoughts as far as how the Vanarch system actually is once you are a Vanarch?
It is a lot of work. A lot of people who won Vanarch the first time around are not going for it again. Some of the bigger guilds have left the server or are no longer interested in the position of Vanarch, and it does require a lot of grinding.
Okay.
The policy points are very steep, but we've been working steadily. We have everything, of course, paid off already. We have, after really like the first 5 days, we had everything paid off for the rest of our reign, and now we've got another 30,000 points banked for
Oh
next
wow!
round.
So you guys are ready to
We
rock and
want to
roll.
have everything set. We want to have everything up and running for people. Don't need people messaging me going, "When are you going to open this?"
Oh wow, that's definitely interesting. So those policy points will carry over from the Vanarch one cycle to the second one, is what you're saying then?
That's what I was told by GM. We will see. If not, hey, I still had fun grinding out world bosses.
Well, I definitely think that makes having an existing active guild winning that next cycle, because if you already have that number of points, that's going to make your jobs just that much easier that next round.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, so with the Vanarch system, what has actually been your most pleasurable experience being Vanarch so far?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think the most pleasurable thing has just having the nice fancy mount. um, Other than that, I mean, nothing really changes. You're just expected to, grind those policy points out to keep stuff open for people. As far as the taxes, we've kept ours pretty steady at 5%. And just like I said we were going to do, the first 3K went towards running again for Vanarch, and the rest of it's all being donated to PvP events. We're looking for PvP events to sponsor. Just this past weekend, we sponsored the OK Lose 5v5 tournament, which was a really nice turnout. There's a lot of people, had a good showing on the stream, too. But we're looking for more guilds to sponsor their events, stuff like that. We want to make sure that we're reinvesting everything into the community.
Okay. Now, just as I asked, what was the most pleasurable, what was like the toughest thing about being a Vanarch?
I guess when I when I first got to check out the policy point system and the taxation system, first day after I got a bunch of policy points, I accidentally turned stuff back off, which wasted a whole bunch of points
Oh, man.
because I wasn't paying attention to where I was clicking. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the button. I clicked it, and all of a sudden something was shut off, and I was like, oh man. And then of course you have 10 or 15 people in the zone who immediately message you and go, what are you doing? Are you shutting everything down? What's going on? You're like, no, I'm just an idiot. Sorry about that.
I can definitely see that happening. Now, as far as with your guild, I mean, you said it kind of goes back and forth between PvP and PvE. Of course, we are a PvP server. Are you guys going to just continue to lead things on as far as for a PvP in the second cycle?
Oh yeah, we haven't done anything with removing PvP or anything like that. I don't think we have any desire to, and I don't have any plans to do anything like that. The only reason something like that would occur would be server events like Nexus. We have no control over that, so that's not something a guild controls. When a Nexus happens, the whole zone goes PvE.
Right.
Although GVGs are still possible during that.
I got you. Okay. Now, of course, when you have that PvP ability turned on, since you're going for those higher areas, there's probably not going to be much need for any kind of like protection detail or anything like that, you think?
We don't really want to interfere with other people's GVGs. Although we will help with AFKers. People that go in AFK during the Nexus, they make it harder for everyone. We got no problem with you coming out and warring people who are standing AFK on the Nexus.
Okay.
We encourage it. It's just it doesn't support the server. It makes it harder, makes it so we're downing less of those bosses.
Yeah, I was reading some of that on the forums earlier today myself. Now, by the sounds of it, if your policy points carry over, it sounds like you're not going to have any problems whatsoever with opening shops or brokerage or anything like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, we should have. I believe we'll have at least the specialty vendor in one other area completely squared away for the entire reign. We might have to grind out a few more points here and there, but that won't be a problem.
Okay. Now, with the taxation, are you guys looking to keep it at 5% again, or have you found that you want to try to lower or raise that in the second cycle?
If we, it really depends. We're getting a good response from people saying that our taxes aren't too high. From what I understand, 5% is the normal tax rate when there's not a Vanarch in a zone and a vendor is enabled. It's a 5% tax rate anyway. Normally that
Right.
money just disappears into nothing.
I got you. Okay.
So people won't see any increase in the price, but they won't see a reduction either with us. However, that's why we want guilds to come to us and say, hey, we're having an event. What can you guys do? If we can throw 500 or 1,000 gold towards them, towards their prize pools, that usually, can help a small PvP event get off the ground. Or in the case of the OK Lose tournament, like I said, we donated 3K towards that prize pool. So we want to make sure that we are able to keep investing in the community. But if we're going to get one of the more active zones, we'll be able to lower taxes, I believe. We'll just
Okay.
have to see how it goes over the first couple days.
Right. Okay. Now, I know you mentioned that you guys are already kind of helped pool with some of the different events already. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to doing with the taxed gold, or anything that you guys are going to do towards like the community other than just like the prize pools?
I'm open to all kinds of all kinds of ideas. Really, if people come to me with ideas or events that they'd like us to sponsor, I'm open to hearing pitches or whatever. I don't know what else we could sponsor aside from, PvP tournaments. Not really sure what else there would be out there,
Okay.
but I'm
So
open to suggestions.
I got you. So we'll leave it open to suggestions. Anybody has any good ideas, find PawPaw. Now, that pretty much wraps up most of the questions I've got. Of course, the one thing I do toward the end of this interview is just kind of open this up and just ask, is there anything that you really want to convey to the voters on why they should re-elect you guys as a Vanarch?
The only thing I can say is, I've kept my word as what I said I would do before during my first run, so you know what you're going to get with me. You're going to get reasonable taxes, and all of the gold's going to be reinvested back into the community to keep the server vibrant, running, and make sure all of the stores are open for everyone's convenience.
Excellent. Okay. Well, hey, PawPaw, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day and your guild duties and Vanarch duties to come talk about your second candidacy, and good luck in your next run.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. Bye.